Talking about those moments where you publicly embarrassed yourself. It's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah. We have Amber with us right now. Good morning, Amber.
So I have a moment and I have a question for you, Kyle. So my moment was about 35 years ago, and I was visiting my sister in LA, and we had gone to a live taping of a sitcom, Perfect Strangers.
Oh, yeah, Belkay Bartakamoose.
Yeah, and it was right around Christmas, and so there's a person in the audience who is like a MC type thing to talk to the audience when they're setting up shots and whatnot. And they were giving away T-shirts, and they asked for anyone to sing a Christmas carol. And I love Christmas carols. I know my Christmas carols. So I was like, I think 13 at the time. I put my hand up really quick, and he comes over and he puts the mic in my face and he goes, "All right, go ahead." And I completely and utterly blank.
Oh.
I couldn't think of anything. And there's like this crowd, this audience staring at me. And I was like, I wanted to just die.
Oh.
It was so bad.
Well.
And my question for you, Kyle, is have you ever been assessed for ADHD? That is not something you just ask.
Did somebody say in the background that's something you do not ask?
Yeah, that's my son.
Hey, listen, we're all family here, Amber. That is a fair question, and I'm not offended that you asked that. I have never been tested for ADHD. So
What made you ask that?
So I was recently, in the last few months, diagnosed with ADHD.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of things that Kyle does that I do. Just forgetting things, tripping, falling, being very clumsy. It is actually, there are certain names for it, and it is actually all ADHD related.
Interesting. I would not have thought being clumsy is associated with that.
Well, because
though.
I could see it because your attention span can't focus on your walking. It's caught up in your head.
Just because I've super glued my hands together before or put my finger in between a seat of a van.
He got himself caught in the rails of a seat in a minivan.
Just because I've left my stroller outside Prime Barbecue 5 times. I don't know what you're asking about. And why would you? No, I'm kidding. But no, that's a fair question. My brain, real talk, my brain, and my wife knows this. It drives her crazy because I can be, and Sarah knows this too in front of me, I can be looking right at you and having no idea what you're telling me.
That's right.
Yep.
Because my brain, it's like a 5-lane highway. My brain has thoughts going on it at all times. And I'm really doing the best I can.
And it's the emptiest look you get whenever you're talking. Like
he's gone.
You're just like, oh, he didn't hear a word I'm saying.
Yes,
not a single word.
He's gone. But no, my brain's like a 5-lane highway with all these thoughts, and I'm doing the best I can, pushing that individual thought off at each exit that I want to go off on.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
sometimes it doesn't work out for me. But no, that's interesting. Maybe I should get tested for ADHD this year. That's an interesting thought that I've never been asked that. But I'm glad that you did. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I totally bring it up because, like my son said, that's not something you just ask. But that's the thing with mental health is we want to erase the stigma. So we need to ask these things. We need to be vocal. We need to be public talking about it because there's nothing wrong with people who have these illnesses.
That's absolutely correct.
They're just different.
Amber, you make a really good point. I'm sure what you said was great. I didn't hear anything of it. I was thinking about the second Matrix movie for some reason. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Hey, thank you, Amber, for calling and looking out for me. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry that you did not know the lyrics when you needed it. Thank you for calling. Have a good day, okay?
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, Amber. I appreciate that she's trying to look out for me.
That's
Next
hilarious.
up, we got Amanda with us right now. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Are you calling to tell us how you embarrassed yourself in public, Amanda?
I am. It's fun stuff. I used to work at a tiny theme park, and we had an end-of-the-day show. And at the end of the day, I would always say the same thing, have a great day or whatever it was.
Right.
But this day it was raining, so I was going to switch it up and say something different.
Oh.
I was going to say have a dry drive home, which was not a great choice.
It's got a lot of the same letters.
Came out, have a dry. And I just ran off the stage. And we were fully packed that day. And all the other actors on stage looked at me like I was crazy. But one of the other girls then took over and was like, bye, everybody. So that helped. But yeah. From then on, the rest of the season, everyone would come up to me and be like, have a dry.
What, Amanda? Sorry if I missed this, but did you tell us what character were you in that moment? What character were you?
I was Diamond Lil at Tweetsea Railroad.
Oh, fun. I want to go there.
A decade ago.
Have a dry.
Yeah.
Gosh, isn't it crazy how our brain works like that, where we can do the same thing 1,000 times and feel so comfortable in front of people, and then in whatever moment it hits, you're like, I have no idea what is supposed to happen next.
I find in those moments often I'll just say it out loud, like I'm having a moment here. Like I kind of diffuse the situation by pointing it out. So just tips for anybody who finds them there.
Amanda, thank you for calling.
Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And going back to what Amber said a second ago.
About you being ADHD?
Possibly. I might be. I have no idea. But it has me thinking about how I am in conversations at times. And I really do try to be good at focusing, because I'm cognizant that sometimes my brain, I'm thinking about 3 other things. And I don't mean to. It just happens.
Right.
But my least favorite thing, let me back this up. My wife's
there
least...
you go. I had a feeling you forgot that word.
My wife's least favorite thing that I say to her, sadly, it's somewhat on a regular basis, not as bad probably as it used to be. But again, going back to how I'll look right at you, or maybe I hear some of it, and then I miss 3 sentences, where those 3 sentences are really all of it. And I catch a fragment of what she said, and then Sarah will ask me, so what'd you think about that? Or asking me to respond on a specific thing. And the 2 words that she hates is what part?
Oh, no.
I'll reply with what part?
And she's like, you didn't hear what I just said.
And that's my version of chicken jockey, where she loses her mind at me versus the teenage boys losing their mind at Minecraft. Either way, yes, what part? Don't ever say that, guys. And spouses, don't ever say, learn from me, do not say what part when you're asked, when your wife or husband or whoever asks you to tell them or repeat something they specifically were talking about. Do not reply with what part. It never works out for me. I'm letting you know. Do not say those things. Not good words for conversation. Anyway, thank you for the calls.
I just got a window into your marriage.
It's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah Mix. Nothing like public humiliation. It's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah. Charles wants to get in on this. Thank you for being willing to share your moment where you're like, gosh, I wish I could have this back. Charles, what happened to you that one time, my friends?
Back in 2018, I went to Washington, D.C., just up there visiting. I was by myself. And the J. Edgar Hoover building, I was crossing the street there. After I went up to it, got some pictures and everything. My belt broke and my pants fell down crossing the street. Needless to say, the FBI agents inside the building all came out and looked at me.
Did they really?
Yeah. I told them, I said, I'm sorry, that won't happen again.
I did not mean for that to happen.
God bless you, man.
Well, you know what? I can commiserate with you. One time I had on this vintage leather, it was a skirt that went down to my mid calf, and it had snaps all the way in the front, all the way to the top. And I also was walking down the street, and it was old and heavy, and so one of the snaps let go, and then they all let go, and my skirt fell off. So yeah, I feel you. I've had that happen to me. It is mortifying.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't in front of the FBI building, and no one came out to make me. That part's the worst. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I told him that it wouldn't happen again. And one of them looked at me and said, well, you're in D.C. That's indecent exposure. We can detain you.
Oh, no.
And I was like, no, I don't need an investigation.
Yeah, dude, that was embarrassing enough. Let's not make this any worse.
I hope you asked them, are you not entertained in that moment?
Right.
Hey, thank you for calling, Charles. And you have a good Tuesday, all right?
You too.